Well, the onset of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Purdy going to the air right away. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Jalen Thompson picks it, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Murray. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. You look at this Niner defense. Well, they've certainly had their struggles against the run. The 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see stretches where they play against the run really well. Their biggest problem, when they give up those explosive runs, those 30, 40, 50-yard runs, that'll really mess up your averages.
And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Throwing now is Murray. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White. Here's 2nd and 10. Purdy bootlegging it. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. Able to haul it in is Kittle. Look at the big man rumble. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big 3rd down play there for the Niners. And a very appropriate gain as well, 49 yards. On 1st down, it's Purdy. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. The Niners at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself in an early season crossroads, but that's exactly where they were. At 0-2, they were thinking if we fall to 0-3, things can spin out of control. But now at 1-2, they shouldn't feel the need to press out there. They're now back in a good spot. Find a way to win some games and keep moving forward.
And the Niners are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 1st and goal at the 1. Here's Purdy. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. Touchdown. Christian McCaffrey. His third touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now at a 3rd and 6. This defense for the Niners, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. And audible here to get a new look. Try to punch it in with Taylor. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Purdy off the play fake. That's going to be caught. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, 28 yards. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Arizona.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach, his head coach, to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking out some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee, as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. A first carry for Elijah Mitchell. Takes it to about the 37. A brief pause in the action here as they tend to an injury. That's George Kittle shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Throwing here, Purdy. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Out of the gun, here's Murray. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. First down, Murray. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Off the option, here's Taylor. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. The 20, down to the 10. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Taylor. Will take this one in. It's a Cardinal touchdown. Now Prater to add the PAT. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Award that tackle for loss to the safety, Buda Baker. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Flushed out right. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. They're going to drop him behind the line yet again, and things going from bad to worse. It goes as a loss of 6, and now 3rd down.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the 1st half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On 4th down, the Cards call on Matt Hawk to punt. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. And it's taken in at the 9. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher. And
his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it, and they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Play fake. Murray. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Niners are going to get the football here at their own 23. And their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Will we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. Now, the offense, they had really not been able to mount anything yet on that drive, and the defense made sure they couldn't mount anything. The interception and the return adding 6 to the scoreboard.
And that's no small return for a linebacker, partner. He took matters into his own hands and his legs on that pick. And once he had it, I don't think anyone on the field could have stopped him.
Extra point good by Prater. And the lead is up to 8. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now this throw caught left side. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Purdy will set up to throw it here. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw, Purdy. He's got a man, complete. That one covers 29 yards, first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Zach Ertz, the man in motion. Back to Taylor on first down. Diamador Lenore up to make the tackle. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. On second down, here's Murray. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Play action. Now it's Murray. He'll buy some time right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you back over
both these teams
Orlando
running through their final
EA
adjustments
Sports
before they head out
report.
for the second
Here's
half.
Jonathan Coachman.
Time for us to go back to Levi's Stadium as we'll hand it back over to Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. In motion left goes a tight end. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. There he goes, right side. Now he's free at the 35. And finally they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 27-yard line. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice play, being able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cards go up by 2 touchdowns. Prater for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Purdy looking to throw. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Moving inside the 20. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
That's what you call stringing the play out. I know he was looking for a spot to get upfield, but they gave him nowhere to cut, nowhere to find a place to make it into the secondary, and they forced him out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Taylor. Oh, but he's going to be met behind the line and taken down. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? On play action, it's Murray. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers will take over here at their own 12-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go. And now here's another interception. Buda Baker with a pick, and he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll run here with Taylor. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Jonathan Taylor, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Cardinals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
49ers 13. Matt Prater to kick off for Arizona.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On second down, McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Oh, what a move. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
At the 48-yard line.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. McCaffrey will score. Touchdown, 49ers. He finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. I know they're down, but starting the 3rd quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The 71 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. Slot man moves right. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Jonathan Taylor, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Prater on to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
Score Cardinals 42, 49ers 21.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Let's go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but
and that's caught inside the 35. Inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, 75 yards. And the 49ers have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. But one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result. I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
with it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Now, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Oh, the option to give to Taylor here.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He's got Swaim here as tight end outright. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Zach Ertz, the man in motion. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals have opened up a 3-score lead as they pull away here in the fourth. Now Prater to add the PAT. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
The score, Cardinals 49, 49ers 27.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Eluding the pressure right.
Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Marco Wilson. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. He's going to let it go again. And my goodness, another interception. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Cards are going to get the football here at their own 23. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll start with a give to Taylor. Across midfield. He's on his way. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Cardinals. Jonathan Taylor, 77 yards. And the Cardinals up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. Prater for the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control.
And that's caught inside the 35. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Purdy now to throw. And now here is another interception. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. With 207 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And that one going nowhere from the start, as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
Hey, no sauce. Green. 2-2.
On 4th down, here's the option.
And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
2-2.
Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understand